This is how he uses the method to close the gap, where a lot of people always put on our polls. We did polls and we had 14,000 people take the poll. This was just the other day. And one of the things that people had the most trouble with was letting their hands go, which is a result of not being able to close the gap against a guy with a longer reach. And if you're boxing against a guy with a longer reach, you have to have a method. One of the things that you use is understanding exactly how to do one of the techniques that Canelo uses to close the gap against anyone. That's why he's able to put you in a trance, hypnotize you, and bang you out. And it's just like you don't even realize that the other guy's bigger. Why is that? It's because he understands a technique that he uses to close the gap. One of the techniques is all about the half step back. So if you got a longer jab than someone, you use the jab to keep them at bay. But one thing that has to happen when you throw the jab, it has to come back. So when they jab, he takes a half step back and takes 4 steps forward, right? 2 with each foot. Half step back, 1, 2, 1, 2. In the peekaboo, so if there's a counter to his move, he blocks it, and then he's already in because he's taken 4 steps. This is one of the techniques that he uses every single time he's going up against a guy who has a good offense and is consciously aware to throw the jab. This is what makes closing the gap such a science and a timing thing. He doesn't ever allow himself to think twice, hesitate. He reacts directly on the dime. And when you are directly acting on the dime, boom, half step, boom, 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 right? This is clinical. Every time he does it, he's going to find a way to get it. Once he has you in a position, he always uses these techniques. Then the feint. Feints you out of position. If you don't throw, boom, 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 he slides again. But using some of these techniques similar to what we call the grunt walk, but there's a rhythm that goes on, and there's a actual one of the sponsors. Master Boxing is one of the sponsors, and they're gonna sponsor you that footwork drill that will help you work on that skill. So just make sure, I think you type the word champion to look at it. When you practice that and do it enough times, because a lot of you don't understand, it takes 848 hours to embed a skill set into your body. So you start doing different skills and you just keep piling on different stuff, and then you get away from it. So that's why your stuff don't show up on fight night. When you get in the ring and you're going to a smoke or exhibition or a real fight, you come up short. And that's why that happens. So this was the segment, right? We broke it down, the key components to someone like Canelo, who does so many magnificent things in the ring. And when it comes down to the sport of boxing, that's what we focus on. We don't just talk about boxing, we teach you. We're giving you something that you can implement. And we teach you about the business of boxing, because when you learn that this thing is more than just throwing pit punches, but you got to be conscious of building your brand up. And you want to have a powerhouse impact on the fight game, because the boxing is the Super Bowl of all combat sports. Because if you get a boxing match, if you're a kickboxer or a wrestler or whatever, that's your Super Bowl. They all are fighting to get that opportunity to get in the ring and make millions in boxing, because boxing has always stood alone. It doesn't need mixed arts to do it. It's alone. It's a mess, but it's alone, and it doesn't need anything else. So with that being said, learn this art, learn this craft. These gyms are required and necessary. And if you're working as a gym owner right now, fight gyms, you got to remember that you guys are the precipice of the future. This is the current time where having a fighting gym or getting ready to open a fighting gym is today like it was in 1984 to be opening up on the stock market, or investor in Apple in 1998, an investor or stock shareholder in Amazon in 2004. If you were a part owner or investor in Facebook, man, today you're sitting pretty. Well, this is that, because the ceiling is, since the era of this pandemic, the influx, slap, bare knuckle brawling, all of these different mixed martial art organizations and the micro organizations, all of these things all say one thing: a business and multiplies and reaches its the pinnacle when the demand is too high. The demand is too high and there's nowhere near enough supply. And that's why it's your turn to understand how to put your stuff in front of people so that they understand that you are bringing that fight smoke and everybody wants a part of it. We got executives getting into celebrity boxing, and you got top world-class legends and Hall of Famers fighting in celebrity boxing just to be a part of it, because the influx of interest is gone 10x, 10,000x. And so, are you ready for it? From the YouTubers to the all of the little Jake Paulers and the KSIs and Logan Pauls. Now Logan's gone over to wrestling and brought the influx of those individuals. So do you see what I'm saying? Fight Gym. Fight Gym. Start the Fight Gym journey today. And I'm telling you, if you're in it, make sure you understand how to get out there and push your brand. Until next time, Coach Bradley, and I'm signing out, the Boxing Savant. My name is Eric A. Bradley, coach that is, and we teach the business of boxing. Until next time, so long, and I'll see you in the winner's circle. If you found this valuable and you're not a subscriber already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And no matter what you do, make sure we got your email, because we sending out all of this kind of content to you so that you can embrace the process and be in control, because we don't win if you ain't winning in the fight game. So until next time, I see you soon in the Winner Circle group on Instagram and Facebook. Peace.
Calling all fight fans. Ever dreamed of shaping the future of boxing? Starting your own pro-am boxing program is easier than ever. Your ticket to the big leagues. Imagine hosting epic events, building a community, and creating a boxing mecca in your hometown. Make your mark on the boxing world and turn your town into a powerhouse of pugilistic talent. Bells ringing. Are you ready?